Hey everyone, and welcome to a Micron Reef tutorial. Today we'll be mounting our Bio Branch product to some base rock, cycling the tank, and mounting some corals. Don't forget to like and subscribe to help support us, and if you find this tutorial helpful, please use the product links in the description below, where we get a kickback that will help support the production of future videos. Maybe help us get a higher quality recording equipment than an iPhone 12. Make sure you visit micronreef.com to check out our shop and product journals to keep up with all we are doing. Without further ado, let's dive in. So today we'll be cementing our aquascape together using Marco base rock shown here. We have selected out a few pieces and we like how they fit together, and we'll be putting it together for this 1 gallon aqueon tank purchased at Petco. Our Bio Branch staged in the Marco base rock we have selected can be used like this or with live rock or any other aquascaping materials. To assemble the aquascape and install the Bio Branch, you will need an adhesive. We recommend an epoxy or reef safe cement. Just make sure the adhesive you select will work in the conditions, wet or dry, that you'll be working in. For adhesives, you can use an epoxy adhesive, or you can use one of many cement adhesives like this from Nyos, which we'll be using today. However, for a better color match, you may consider using the eMarco 400. You'll need your base rock, your Bio Branch. You don't need the aquarium for this, but it is recommended that you use a cutout, or you can tape a grid for showing the internal dimensions of the tank, so when you put your rock work together, it'll fit when you're done. With this tanks this small, we'll be building all the way to the edge of the glass, since it'll be easy enough to remove and clean the tank. Thinking about maintenance at this stage is a critical part of building a sustainable reef tank. And in future videos, I definitely want to highlight some of the things to consider when aquascaping a tank this small or even smaller. So we need to first mix the cement. We'll need a scoop. We'll need some water to mix the cement with. Like I said, we'll be using the Nyos Reef Cement. We'll be adding it in distilled water. I have 2 separate containers of distilled water, so we can mix, assemble the rock work, and then mix and add our Bio Branch. We'll be using this to make sure that we are within the dimensions of the tank. Here you can see we have fit together here. So we're going to be pretty much filling the dimensions of the tank with this aquascape. So we want to be careful that we are in fact staying within those, the perimeter here. So we'll have to be careful not to shift too much. And we want this to be one contiguous structure, so when we go to do maintenance on the tank, we will be able to remove it and adjust things as we need. I've sort of gone for like a little crater in the center, and we're going to have our Bio Branch coming out of the rock work here. The pieces pretty much fit where I'd like them, using cavities within the tank. It's a really great way to make a smaller aquarium where branching corals may not do as well or may grow out of control too quickly, to have some branching elements in here. So these are smaller Bio Branch options that will be available on our website. Feel free to check us out, micronreef.com. and they're designed to have pore spaces that allow critters to move about and seek shelter in. Gives them a place to hold on to if the current is too strong. It also creates a lot of surface area for microbes to inhabit, colonize. A lot of them can be beneficial to the reef tank and are important for stability in the reef tank. We'll be adding new designs as time goes on and everybody shows interest. If you have any comments or ideas, please feel free to put them in the comment section below. We'd love to hear from you, what you'd like to see us do. If you want us to go away from natural look or want us to try and be more natural and create anatomically accurate corals, that's something that we've been playing with as well. These will be intended for encrusting corals to grow up onto and bring color out into the water space in such a small tank. So without further ado, we can go ahead and we can start mixing our cement. Be careful with this cement as the dust is easily suspended in the air. They claim a 2-minute working time, so once we mix, it is relatively quick. We speed this up here as we mix and we try and get to the right consistency for sticking the rocks together and mounting the bio branch to the rocks. Here I need to support one of the rocks in order to mount it without having it shift too much and potentially go outside of our edge of the tank. Try and be generous, especially in areas where it's going to be a little bit more concealed. We really want it to stay together well. Once we have the base rock mounted together, I'll go back and add a little bit of texture to the cement, and then since we're using something that might not color match as well, I'm going through and adding a little bit around the base rock just to make it seem more contiguous and cleaning up the edges to make sure we fit within the edge of the tank. So just trimming up a little bit with some cutters I have. Go ahead and just take that off a little bit. All right, so now we'll make sure that our hands are dry. We'll need to apply some adhesive to the base of the branch, and we'll need to put it where we would like it, the orientation we would like it. I think I'm going to go a little off at an angle with that one. And then this one, we'll kind of intercross it like so. It helps if it'll stay where you want it a little bit, but not necessary for mounting it. So We'll prepare another batch of cement to the thickness we need to be able to put a dollop at the end of the branches. So let's get a little bit on there. Just get it right like so. You may want to go back and add a little bit more to the base there. You want to make sure that you're getting it into the fibers of the plastic. You want to make sure you have a firm base or it'll snap off. All right, I think our rock over here needed a little bit more support. It's going to be a lot of weight on that when we go to pick it up. With the extra cement, I'll go through and clean up and add more to some of the weaker joints or where there might be more of a stress point. And then I'll also add a little bit more to texture the base rock and add a little bit of that color. And that completes the assembly of the aquascape. You see we have a little bit of cave in the back there, the crater in the center with the bio branch reaching over it. Tried to naturalize the color of the cement to the base rock. Like I said, if you want a better color match, you can kind of explore what matches your base rock the best. And we'll let this dry. Should become a little bit lighter and look less of a contrast. But overall, really happy with how this turned out. It's gonna be really nice when we get some corals mounted to it, get it in the tank. We cycled the aquascape for about 2 weeks with aragonite and some sand from an existing system. We left the lights on, so it grew a little bit more cyano than we wanted. Here's our scape after cycling. We have some pretty good growth on the rock and the branches. For mounting our corals, we'll need forceps. We have long and short, just in case, and bone cutters to break apart any frag pieces and remove any unnecessary material, and super glue to put it all together. For this video, we broke apart all of our existing frag plugs and temporarily mounted them to larger frag plugs, so we didn't have as much work to do in the making of this video. But you'll want to make sure that you won't minimize the amount of frag plug material to have a more sleek look especially with the smaller bio branch like we're using here. With the larger branches, you don't have to worry about this as much. but we want it to look nice when it's finished and before it's all grown in. Here you can see we're taking a small piece of material, adding glue to where we want to put it, and just maneuvering the piece of coral exactly where we want it for it to grow in, using the forceps to avoid getting super glue on our fingers. So we'll just repeat this a few more times and fill out our bio branch with our zoanthids for this particular aquascape to make some zoanthid trees in the center of this one. If you're taking a lot of time to mount the corals, you want to make sure you go in with a dropper and occasionally wet the ones that you've put on already, just to make sure that they don't get too dry out in the air. Here we're cutting up some stony encrusting corals. This is a Montipora. We're mounting a Leptoceras in here as well. And we'll be adding a Season's Greeting, some Cyphastria in the lower lit areas, including a Meteor Shower and another kind that doesn't have a name. And at last, we have all of our corals mounted to the aquascape, keeping in mind that we could always add more later. We hope you enjoyed this tutorial. Looking forward to making some more of these, and if there's anything that you would like to see in more detail, please let us know in the comments below. If you're interested in using bio branches in your next aquascape, please check us out at micronreef.com, and we hope that you can make an exciting new aquascape with this new product we're offering. Product links for things we've used in this video can be found in the description, and they give us a kickback to help finance future videos. If you enjoyed this, please don't forget to like and subscribe. This has been Ryan with Micron Reef, and we hope to see you in the next one. Thanks.